don't believe the hype. A lot of this LeBron James and Lakers talk that's going around, is he going to stay, is he going to leave, do they want him, they're moving on, blah, 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 blah. Don't believe the hype. Because at the end of the day, the Lakers aren't stupid. As a LeBron James fan, if they did move on from him, I wouldn't be mad at them. I wouldn't blame them. Come on in here, let's talk about it. What it do, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. While you in here, hit that like, comment, subscribe, notification bell so you can be notified every time Her Takes uploads a new video. All right, let's jump into the madness. There's a lot of talks about LeBron, the Lakers, what the future holds, and yeah, right? We're here to talk about this whole debacle that the Lakers and Bron and Rich Paul and everything got going on in the media. Don't believe the hype. It's summertime. They need narratives. They need stories. Bron ain't going nowhere. He will be right there with the Lakers. Right there with them. And I feel like, I understand both sides. I do. Even the reality of it is there may be something. I'm not saying it's nothing. There may be something there, but I do understand both sides. There's got to be something there because the Lakers landed Luka. That changed the whole, unfortunately for Bron, that changed the whole landscape of how he was going to be able to retire. I'm sure he knew that it would be coming. There's no way the Lakers were going to not have, it's the Lakers. They got to have that big name superstar on their squad. And then for them to have the opportunity to get Luka, you can't blame them. And that's who they need to build around. That's why I say I don't blame the Lakers. Not only that, you can't say that the Lakers are doing wrong by Bron because they put his son on the squad, the second round 55th pick. Bron not on that team, Bronny wouldn't have got that shot. He just wouldn't have got it. He got a shot. I'm not going to call it nepotism. I'm going to call it grace, favor. He got a shot. Kobe was able to retire and have his farewell tour and all this from the Lakers. And, you got Jordan that was able to, leave on good. Like, I can't be too mad. I want to see Bron walk away into the sunset from the NBA without all this drama. And that's to me where I draw the line. The man deserves to finish out his days in peace. And with all this drama that's going on and all these talks, that's the part that gets me upset to the point that I feel like, Bron, just leave. Go retire with Cleveland. Those fans will definitely appreciate you. And to see all these fans, these internet thugs, on the internet talking about Bron the way they do, and they're Laker fans and they want to see him go and all that. Yeah, he comes with a lot. He does. He comes with a lot. And, it's just like, come on, let's appreciate his greatness and let him walk away in peace, because all this stuff that's going on in the media, I just hate to see it. He don't deserve the way he's being treated. Although I do feel like I said, I do feel like it's prompted by narratives and the media and but then you also have those fans that are, they're talking, they talk too, so it's just kind of tough to see. I don't want to see Bron at the end of nobody's roster. It was tough for me as a Hawks fan, as a Vince Carter fan, to see him at the end of our roster. He got minutes and he had sparks here and there where he'd come in. It was just kind of cringe and tough to see because I know and knew of his greatness. Being an old school fan, I knew of his greatness. And to see him at that level coming off the bench like that, it was a little hard. And I don't want that for Bron. I want Bron. I'm hoping that this is his last season. I would love to see him to walk away and start imparting in his boys the way Kobe did, his daughter. Kobe gave his life in supporting his daughter's dream. And I would love to see Bron walk away and impart in his boys because they both will need his help. They really, really will. And, being there for Zuri as well. So I get both sides. I understand both sides and what's going on. But the Lakers need to be smart too, because who are they going to get? Bron opted in. I'm not mad at Bron for that. He opted in. 51.6 mil, something like that. He opted in. Not mad. We're not going, none of us people that's, on the internet typing, you're not going to turn down 50 something mil. Now, if he was in his 30s, he always did opt out. All right, let me opt out. Let the team do what they need to do, and then I might take a little, less money to get the pieces that we need. But it's harder to bet on yourself when you 41 going into your 23rd season, 41, gonna be 41 this season. It's hard to bet on yourself because a lot can happen. Let's say he opted out and then the Lakers offered him half the money. You're not gonna get that no trade clause that you normally get. All that. So he's always been a business-minded thinker. He's always made sure he set himself up for the future, for his family. So I did not expect anything less. And what it also tells us is that he's about to retire. This should be his last season. I was actually looking for him to do another opt-out and do another 1-1, and then next season be his last season. But for him to opt in, I don't know. But like I said, for the Lakers, who are they going to get? Who's out there? If LeBron don't agree to a trade, the Lakers kind of stuck. They kind of stuck like Chuck, because in order to build around Luka, if you wait for free agency next year, you got Durant. If Durant comes, that means it didn't work out in Houston. He's right behind Bron in age. That wouldn't be smart. You got Harden. Well, the Harden experience hadn't worked anywhere. Why would you do that? And then why would you pair him up with Luka anyway? De'Aaron Fox, same thing, another guard. Why would you pair him up with Luka? Porzingis, I don't think Luka and Porzingis get along anyway. They didn't work in Dallas. CJ McCollum, it just gets, the quality of player gets less and less after that, and none of which are better than Bron. So to me, it's best to tap around Bron and Luka today to make things happen. Shake and make some moves. I feel like them letting Bradley Beal get away was kind of a mistake. Bradley Beal would have been a nice little spot-up shooter for Luka and Bron to dish to. I don't know what happened there. Why didn't they go for him? Maybe they didn't have the cap space. I try not to get into that money and understand cap space and second apron and luxury tax. I could care less about all that stuff. Maybe it had something to do with all that stuff. I don't know, but they need a shooter. They need shooters and defensive players around Luka and Bron. Bench good role players around Luka and Bron. I don't know what's going on with Dalton Connect. His summer league is not looking too hot, so hopefully he'll turn it around and be a good little role piece for the Lakers coming up next season. You got Bron, who's still on a lot of people's list, one of the top 10 players in the league today. In my opinion, he's in the top 5. Then you got Luka, who in my opinion, he's top 2. You got Joker Luka in the league today. Some might argue SGA, but I just feel like Luka's been doing it more consistently and for a longer time span than SGA. Yeah, he won a chip, but I'm gonna say Luka number 2. But to me, the time is now, and hopefully they'll figure that out, and this is the way to go. If not, Bron, go to Cleveland. Go to Cleveland. Demand a trade, before the trade deadline. Go to Cleveland. Try to make it happen there because they got weapons there. And then if it don't work, Bron, peace out, man. Go ahead and walk away while you're on top. Don't even do a farewell tour. Don't even do a farewell tour. You above that. Don't even do a farewell tour. Just go on and peace out at the end of this season and call it a day. That is, as a Brown fan, that's what I would like to see happen. Right? Just go ahead and walk away on your own terms. Don't get nobody the opportunity to trade you or lowball you or put you at the end of their bench. Go ahead, walk away while you at top. All right. That's all I got. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new. And as always, stay safe. On to the next one. Peace.